Hi everyone, my name is Michael. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you're finding something of value in my work. I truly do. So I come before you today to ask for your help, to submit to you the only way I see to end this endless war on terror, which is for all of us to speak out and to say, war profiteering is no longer acceptable. Because the simple fact is if there was no profit to be made from war, there would be no wars. It would be done. The only reason that weapons are being shipped all over the world to whichever mercenaries will take them, to whichever army will take them, is because there's huge profit being made by shipping those weapons somewhere. And I think most of you are conscious of this fact. I think that most of you are extremely good people who probably would be very bothered by the idea of making profit by American bombs being dropped on little children in a foreign land. I believe the majority of you are good people who, if you had the ability to make it stop, you would. And I think this is what it's going to take, is for all of us to stand up and speak out and say, I am not a war profiteer. War profiteers are the worst people on the face of the planet. War profiteers are the scourge upon the earth that must be put in prison before they kill more children simply in order to put a shiny penny in their pocket. War profiteers must be stopped, and this is how we do it. I ask you all to take this Mox News Challenge and make a video. Make a video. You've made it clear that you all can make videos with this ADL challenge, this ice bucket challenge, and then, all the other subsequent challenges. You've made it clear you have the ability to do this. Millions of you stood up to protest the Iraq War. I was there. I saw you. I documented it. It's to watch you guys stand up and be strong enough to say no to war fills my heart, gives me strength, lets me have faith in the human race still. I ask you please to make a video stating war profiteers must be put in prison, stating to all you mainstream media prostitutes spouting war propaganda. War propaganda is an international war crime. Make it clear that you know that the MSM, the mainstream media prostitutes, are war criminals. And make it clear that if they're disseminating war propaganda, saying, oh, we have to go to war against ISIS, they're killing Americans, oh, we have to go to war, we have to go to war, we have to go to war, we need to get these people. If you're making statements like that, and you were in the mainstream media, or any media outlet, and then profiteering from it, war profiteering off of bombs being dropped on children, you are the worst people on the planet. And we will make sure you go to prison. We're here to make a statement now saying we will make sure war propagandists, we know that that's a war crime and that you need to be put in prison before you hurt more people simply so you can profit from it. To all the people in Congress who vote to fund the military into endless wars for profit and then profiteer from it, You are the worst people on the planet. You are worse than anyone in ISIS. You must be put in prison. All of your assets will be seized. Your families will live in ridicule because of the bad name you have put on them. Dick Cheney, your daughters, you may die. You may die before we get you in prison. He's an excellent example. Dick Cheney made wars and propagandized wars simply to make a profit, simply to make him even more rich than he already was. That was the only reason. And we all know it. Every one of you politicians that continue to vote to fund war and then make money off of it, you need to go to prison in order to save the planet, in order to save little children, in order to keep you from making a profit off of murdering children. Please, I ask you all to stand up and make a video like this, saying you're aware of the fact that war propaganda is a war crime, and that all the MSMs, all the mainstream media prostitutes need to go to jail. And that if you're profiteering off of it, you're even worse human being, and you even more belong in jail. And we're going to seize all your assets. And it's only a matter of time. There's a new generation coming up. One that hates the fact that they've spent almost their entire lives at war for no reason, except for to make rich pieces of shit even more rich. We're coming for you. And this is how we do it. We make it clear. I ask you all, I ask all you anti-war people, please make a video. Please, this is the only way we will be able to stop this endless war on terror, is by standing up and letting them know it's only a matter of time before we put them in prison and take all their assets and make their children live in ridicule because their parents, their father, their mother is the worst kind of scum on the face of the planet. You guys probably can make a much better video than me. It's not a matter of any individual. It's a matter of us all stepping up and speaking out and letting the world know we see through their lies. We see what they're doing. And it's only a matter of time before we make it stop. And we put them all in prison for the rest of their lives so they can't hurt anyone else, so they could profit from it. I hope you understand. This is what Mox News, C-SPAN Junkie, my time on YouTube has been about almost entirely, is to bring consciousness to the fact that these people are evil and doing it solely to be profit, solely to make themselves rich. And that we're the only ones that can stop them. And I see it as this is the best way to do it. So again, I ask you please to make a video stating clearly that you know war propaganda, that you know the mainstream media is disseminating war propaganda, and you know that that is a war crime. That you know that the politicians in Washington, D.C. are profiteering off of these wars, and that they are the worst, that war profiteers are the worst kind of scum on the planet, worse than anyone in ISIS, because they're not only profiteering off of Arab blood spilled in the desert, they're profiteering off American blood spilled in the desert too. And it needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. And if we stand up, if millions and millions of you stood up to protest the Iraq War, you've made it clear that you can make these videos. I beg you to stand up and I challenge you to stand up and make a video stating what I'm saying, letting the world know it's not okay. It's gonna end, and we're gonna make it a huge focus of our lives. You war profiteers are in a lot of trouble. We're coming for you. I thank you all for your time. I thank you all for this time on YouTube. Nothing has ever meant more to me than what we've done here on YouTube. Nothing I've ever done with my life has been more important to me than what we have done here on YouTube. You and I. I thank you for that. One of these days, this war is going to end. Stay cool until that day. One more thing. If you make a video speaking out against war profiteers, if you send me a private message with a link to your video, I will put it in the MOXy News favorites so that they're kind of collected in one spot. So make a video, please send me a link, and I will help the world to see it. I thank you again.